Hey guys, can you give me the updates on who their qualifiers are for this race in the elite? If you guys don't mind, Dan, Rob, anybody there can give me updates on who's moving on.
Drew's just trying to get us the updates on who's moving on and how many move on in each heat.
Thank you.
Like I said, when we were over talking to him earlier, they didn't have that information. You talk about the shallow water. I don't know if you remember BOP last year, but at that one turn, not the graveyard, but the one opposite. When you come up looking off Doheny down to your left, where those big waves break. Yeah, exactly. Danny Ching dismounted his board.
He did.
He dismounted purposely and went around that because the waves were breaking so hard. He dismounted, moved his board around it, and then took off. There's nothing illegal about that.
Nope. And coming into the chicane, I mean, the shallow water played a huge hindrance to a lot of those athletes before.
Yep.
I mean, Brandy Bassick, perfect example. I mean, here's this just amazing athlete comes in, digs her fin, gets thrown off the front, and just face plants right into the beach because it was so shallow in the transfers there.
I mean, you want to talk about an amazing athlete. Brandy is just, I've had the opportunity of knowing her for about 5 years, and I mean, here's a triathlete, a swimmer, transitions to SUP, then goes to OC1. This girl does it all.
And she's not a spring chicken. We're not going to disclose her age, but
no, I'm not. I mean, she's a firefighter.
Yeah.
I mean, she hangs out with the guys.
Right.
I mean, and I'm sure she puts them to shame. I'm sure, when she gets assigned with the guys, they're going, oh God, there's Brandy, man. Now I'm going to have to really step up my game, or I'm going to have to look, I'm going to look really bad. Yeah, she's, and a very pleasant person. Has always been, very nice to beginning paddlers and helped them out, and I can't say enough good things about her.
And it'll be good to see her again here coming up here shortly in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready for heat number 3. Still no information from our start tent on how or what's going to go happen in here, but I'll have to run over and get that information. But I'll tell you what, just the way this course is set out, and kind of born and bred right here, Jamie Mitchell design, kind of Jeremy Mitchell run. We had to change the name because he had actually patented for this particular event. But $10,000 at stake here, ladies and gentlemen. In case you're just tuning in, you're catching the preliminaries. This is the qualifying heats for the Quicksilver $10,000 shootout, or whatever they're calling it now. And we're getting ready for our third heat, and we've seen some interesting race and sprinting action.
Yeah.
Call it.
It seems like the strategy here is, I think we've seen some people that were not going to qualify actually qualify because they dismounted their board far enough out, and they ran by 5 people.
You see him dismounting right there at the Quicksilver buoys. And I mean, how far would you think that is from the beach? I mean, that's at least 30 yards. Maybe 40.
But like I said, I just finished the 4-miler, and there was not really anybody that close to me. But I noticed that it was shallow. But honestly, I don't particularly like running that much, so I just paddled in. But and there's no waves. I mean, if there were some waves here to help these guys, but there's nothing coming in. There's no wind. No boats, nothing. So it sounds like they're getting ready to start the next heat. At least it's getting loud down there, so we're hoping they're getting ready to start.
They're trying to fire everybody up. We'll see if Jay Wild, the other person to look out for, is in this particular. We haven't seen him yet because he has that very signified paddle stroke that you can definitely pick up.
Plus,
he kind of wears the same jersey every single time, so you can always pick him up. So we'll see if Jay's in this particular one. But George Constead is moving on, as well as Chase Kostelitz, so those are your 2 to watch out for. And I guarantee, unless something goes drastically wrong, I mean, one of them gets taken out by another athlete, or they have a bad start or something, that those 2 are going to be sitting on the podium. Yeah,
I'm going to say that they're going to be in your top 3 for sure. A lot of people might be wondering. Here goes. We start. We'll talk about this in a minute. Let's see if we can recognize who's out there. But see, now there's 2 people that got the great start. Look at this, man. From the screen, I just can't tell. Is that a?
Well, we're not really up and close and personal.
Yeah, we're looking here.
We're kind of a ways off there. Is that Jay Wild right there in the white race jersey? No, the Hobie. Is that a Hobie board?
If it's a Hobie board, that's probably Jay.
Hard to tell looking at it right now. Nope, that's not him.
No, I don't. That's not.
That's not him.
I don't think that's Jay's. Doesn't look like his stroke.
Maybe at the conclusion of this heat, we'll take a quick break, and I'll run over there and try to get the updates on what's going on with this elite race qualifier here. I was surprised not to see in this race, and because there was money involved, is Thomas Maximus. I thought he might come back and just race this elite on his 14, just to kind of do it.
That really surprises me.
But no, he's out mountain biking today. I
Well,
believe,
you know,
or something
you
like
know,
that.
but you got to give Maximus credit because he came here, he raced the distance race, just killed it, and he's not here for just the money. And you got to respect that. The guy's living his life. He's out there rock climbing, mountain biking. He lives a full life, and he loves Sup, but there's other things he likes to do.
It's so true. Third heat
Yep.
of our Quicksilver Grand Champion Elite Race Elimination here, and we're scheduled for 5. We'll
see if that
give you the update on what's going to happen here. But you see these paddlers, a lot of them just kind of cruising, not getting too excited about it. Looks like the top 5 are just kind of cruising.
Yeah, so I'm
everybody
wondering
from 6 back seems like they're paddling a little harder
you
than
see
everybody else.
the 5 just going, and then you see from behind there they're going for it. They may get some bumps now. I see the parasail going out, and if that guy goes back and forth, they may get some bumps to ride in.
That could make it interesting.
I've been out there following him.
Water.
I've been here a week and following him, and he puts out some pretty good bumps.
And so you got kind of the group of paddlers there. They're all battling it out right now. But the interesting part is what we're going to see is when these guys go around that red Quicksilver buoy coming into the finish line, who's going to be the first to dismount the buoy?
Can we see? Is that
It's so backlit. It's hard to see.
Look like a Fanatic. Is that?
It's very difficult to tell, but you see the battling it out right there in that buoy turn. There's a Corbin board right there.
Yeah, there's a starboard and there's 2 starboards there.
Boga.
There's a Hobie. And but unfortunately,
that looks like. Is this a rematch of the?
Yeah, because
This looks like a redo of the last heat almost.
Yeah, because.
Well, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, your guess is as good as ours on what exactly is going on right now with this particular.
Yeah, you got to understand this is a very fun event to go to, but sometimes things change minute by minute. So
I'll tell you what, I'm going to let Bob Reisner call the rest of this on the way in, and I'm going to run over there and get a little more information on what exactly is going on here. Okay, Bob, I'll be right back.
All right, okay. See what you can get in. So we're seeing here the finish of it looks like Heat 3. So Fanatic Team Rider, it looks like they took first, but they didn't announce the name. So Drew hopefully will come back with a little more info for us. Okay, see, now you got somebody running. Look at this. They're passing,
Thank you, Jake Jensen. You're my hero. Taking it to the field out there. Several laps in a row. Jake Jensen, I just want to know him. I want to meet him.
Yeah, we gotta go back and figure this out because there's some people here that appears to be racing a second time. We thought this was going to be an elimination, which is what we were told early today, but it looks like they may have changed the format slightly. So we'll just kind of see what Drew comes back with here, and then we'll kind of update you. But certainly exciting to watch, though. And the nice thing about this is if you're sitting there at home or wherever you're sitting and watching this, you can see pretty much the entire event. Of course, Andre's panning there, and you're getting a beautiful view of Kings Beach, Tahoe. Perfect weather. Low to mid 70s, light breeze. You can't beat this. You wouldn't want to be putting on a sailing regatta, but it's perfect for Sup. So if you're just joining us, we're watching the elite race here for 10,000 at Kings Beach, Quicksilver, putting up 10 grand here for these elite paddlers. So far, it looks like we know for sure that Chase Kosterlitz, George made it through. So we're pretty certain that those are 2 people we're going to be watching in the final heat, along with probably Jay Wild. I'm not sure. My guess is Byron Kurt will be paddling this. Maximus decided to go mountain bike riding today. Kudos to him. It's a beautiful day, and he does enjoy mountain bike riding. So we're here watching this fantastic event, the Tahoe Nalu, the oldest stand-up paddleboard race in the country and probably the world. Started by Ernie Brassard. You know, beautiful Kings Beach. Yesterday, he had 2 of the original paddlers holding the green flags for the start, which was, I thought, quite nice. You know, we did the 4 mile earlier, and there we see a little one out there. This is a great family sport, you know, on that inflatable. You know, somebody might want to tell her that she could turn her paddle around. It might be a little bit easier, but she's having fun. She doesn't mind. She doesn't care. She's just out there enjoying life. Yeah, we've got a pretty good crowd here, lots of spectators. Talked to Ernie earlier today, and he said, you know, he expected anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 spectators.